You had one job. You had one job.
All right, Anthony, will you start us off, please, so we can move on?
Let's go!
Okay, guys, welcome to the 4 Nerd Show here on the Nickatina Show. Its second run on this channel is probably the best channel to have it on, really.
I think it's the last time we're going to have it on.
It may be. So guys, we have a great show planned for you guys today. We have Scott McClellan and Tim Yoko of DC Film Squadcast. They're going to be with us today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of things that involve, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Wonder Woman 84, Ray Fisher, and a whole lot more. And guys, before we get started, Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, awesome.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great. Fantastic.
How about you?
I'm doing great, you guys. So let's see who's here in the chat. I only have a couple of people in here. We got Dylan Batia.
Why you
here
ask Ryan how he's doing?
He's the only one I really care about. That's what it is.
All right, you guys, to me. 4 Nerds has been great. I'll see you other time.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. No. Okay, so we got Fear Jason in the chat saying, what's up? We got Caden Reed in the chat saying, yo. Jesse Allen's here as well saying, let's go.
Good.
AK here as well saying, hey, guys, it's 5:40 in the morning for us. That's awesome.
Man.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan Batia as well. We got DC Talk with Extended, who's actually the newest. I don't know. Ryan says that the website calls them Patreons.
No, they don't. They call them patrons.
Yeah, it's Patreons.
They call them patrons.
Okay.
You're a Patreon. So you're a Patreon member.
Here we go. Caden asks you, how are you, Anthony and Dawson?
Thank you. Someone cares about us.
Yeah, they have been fire.
What's up, Tisha?
But who the hell is Anathy? I'm just messing with Caden. Actually, I'm messing with Anthony.
We have Carrie Vandenberg as well saying, hey, guys, excited for this podcast, guys. And so, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and bring on our guest, which is none other than Scott McClellan and Tim Yoko of DC Squadcast. What's going on, you guys?
Hey, guys.
Doing all right.
You have Scott muted, Andre.
I know. He's doing it himself. I can't control it.
Andre.
What kind of operation do we live in?
Yeah.
4 nerds dressed in their shirts get all my press.
I was sitting there kind of thinking about this. Look at these guys. They're like the freaking Fantastic Four. They all got the same shirt.
Yeah, hey, that's a good name.
Yeah, there you go. The Fantastic.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Definitely. So how you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
We're doing great. Doing great. How you guys?
Yeah.
It's the week's almost over for us, so man, pretty excited about that.
Well, that just means that our work's beginning, Tim, since we record on the weekend.
Our second job.
Second job,
Yeah. You
That's
guys
what I call this. I tell my wife this is my second job, but she's like, "Well, you don't make any money off that, though." But that doesn't matter.
Not
It doesn't matter.
It's not about the money, Nickatina.
That's why I tell her. I say it's not about the money.
Let me give you
About the
It's about the passion.
just let me give you some advice. We've been doing this for over 5 years. Always keep it in your head that it's not about the money, and you're gonna be happier about everything.
Exactly. That's why I tell Dawson all the time, but he can't let go of that idea.
Well, we got a crap ton of money, and all we could do is afford these shirts.
Hey, we don't even have shirts.
We don't. We have no merch whatsoever.
Nothing.
No merch. They're very modest. Yeah, they don't have merch or hats or.
Okay.
We just
I
got
can
the
dig it
blog
back.
bag. That's enough.
That's enough.
We produce quality content.
That's right. I mean, what more could they possibly want?
Exactly right.
Scott, as much as I hate to do this, I must congratulate you on national championship number 6. As you can see, I live a state over from you, so I am a Georgia fan. I will be a good sportsman and be like, yo, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate my in-laws are Georgia fans.
Oh,
so
yeah?
Oh yeah.
Don't feed them. Don't feed them. Seriously.
Hey,
don't
18. You know what's one more? I'm just saying.
I will not congratulate you.
It's fine.
Clemson up there.
Well, Boise State for me, but Clemson for my dad.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the West Coast, so I'm a Stanford guy. So
Yeah.
I got a long way to go.
Really?
I'm a Boilermaker, so I focus on academics.
Academics. So we have a quick question here from Harrison818 saying, I have a question. If Hamada reinvests the Snyderverse, should we give him another chance? again or not?
He did not do it the first time, so
Why we do it again?
second time?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is Kilar. Has nothing to do with Hamada.
Yeah.
Reese.
I don't, guys. I mean, he's not going anywhere. So
No.
yeah. I mean, the best thing to do is, we have to, as fans, we have to keep pushing our message that this is the stuff we want. This is where the energy's at, and you have to convince these guys.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make a decision that's going to give them. They're going to make a decision that's going to give them the most amount of
All
money,
the money.
and we need to demonstrate that to them.
Yeah.
That's
Like those
what it is.
shirts that just launched like 2 days ago.
Oh, those
Yeah.
are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Nice. You have an image of it, right?
Yes, I do actually. I have it right here on DCShop.com. Let's pull that up
Which
right
is today's
now.
sponsor.
Yeah, DCShop.com. No, but these are the shirts right here.
Yep.
Let's take a look. This one I like the most actually because it has all the characters on it.
Yeah.
$25. Let me go ahead and buy that right now. No.
Small,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, we know you don't wear a small. So
Hang in there.
There we go. Extra large.
Wow.
I like my shoes. I like my shirts roomy.
Wow.
And then let's see. Oh, Batman, Wonder Woman. What? And then here's the other one here. I mean, these are really nice too. I mean,
Mhm.
and then if you want to get a close-up shot of it, there's the image right there of Darkseid. This is a 4K image upgrade from Fran.
Of course.
And look at that. I mean, that just looks amazing.
Looks like Darkseid.
Yep.
Oh,
That
Definitely good.
looks like Darkseid.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna buy the shirt?
All I see is Ray Porter.
I got.
I bought all 3 and they shipped today.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So one thing that was asked of me, and I'm curious to hear your guys' opinion, because personally, I don't care about the whole like upside down Omega symbol thing compared to like what's usually happening. But like, what do you guys think of him like flipping it compared to what it normally is?
I don't care.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care either.
I'm not bound to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
just-
to me.
I
Yeah,
just
good
want the
question,
fucking
nerdy. Good question.
Well, thank you.
Oh, let me
I asked the question that every fan wants to hear the answer
Let me
to.
ask you guys what on Nickatina Show last night we were talking about was with these shirts and images being released by the DC Comics store. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
do you think it has anything like so? So you see what's going on with Warner Brothers with Walter Hamada. Whose decision do you think it was to like put these out there? Because Jim Lee.
It's
Emily's
not
in
those
that.
guys. No, it's the consumer products people.
It's the marketing team.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's the marketing team.
Yeah, they come on. These guys are not stupid. They know. They see where all the fan energy's at. I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest. We're the people that buy all the shirts and everything. I don't buy shirts anymore. I'm all shirted out. But like,
My
like,
wife
we're the-
wishes I was all shirted out. She wishes.
I know, me too.
Well, let
So
me
is-
let me
you have
send
so
you
many
over to my
shirts,
store.
you don't even wear them all. yeah, go to the Ryan's Teespring.
But I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, they, the energy, the fan energy are there the people that are going to spend the money, and the people in the consumer products area and all the marketing side, like, they kind of know where they need to focus in and do targeted, marketing and.
I mean,
selling.
AT&T knows
Yeah.
very well. I mean, that's very evident from the tweets they posted recently of like
Yeah.
all the support for the
Oh,
Snyder Cut and
and-
everything.
And we have those as well. But before we move on to that, it's funny because, for fans, when we see these images of Darkseid and everything, I mean, it gets us so hyped because it's so excited. And it's like, really, it's like for some guys, they like looking at Playboys, right? It's an adult magazine, whatever. But for Snyder Cut fans, we want Darkseid and we want the big guy. There he is. Yeah.
Now, the question I want to answer is how much did you practice that to get the timing right?
I used it last night, so it was easy.
I'm not gonna say shit, but like,
Yeah. Are your keyboards sticky?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, everything I tip for now. But so let's take a look at those tweets as well that AT&T put out there, because they were kind of they were coming in hot on Justice League at that.
Yeah.
So here it is right here. So that was the original one that went out, and that's a great image right there too. I mean, can you imagine holding that in your hands? A Blu-ray 4-hour director's cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I cannot wait to get that. Now, I don't think it's going to be available in March because I mean that's when they want everyone to they want
that makes
all
no
the traffic
sense.
to go through HBO Max.
No, it wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't make any sense. In fact, I would think that if we're going to see this come out on Blu-ray, it would be when maybe midsummer, if not for the holidays.
I would say, okay, so look, I would say give it 4 months because look at Tenet. It came out September 4th. It came out on home video mid-December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the home video window you've got to you've got to look at. So is that September, October, November? Yeah, give it 3.5 to 4 months. So if it comes out in March, so we're talking March, April, May, June, somewhere in the June, July area, which is actually when BVS came out in home video. Because I mean, the extended edition was like just after 4th of July or thereabouts.
Now, when they release this on HBO Max, is it going to be just released, or is it released for a month and then it goes away, and then they release something like this, tangible physical copy, and then it's later re-released on HBO Max? Or is it just on HBO Max? You can watch it at any time, and then for the people who want a physical copy, they can go get one.
My theory is that because it was kind of sold as like a Max original, I have a feeling that unlike the other movies that have their 30-day window,
you have to pay,
and then they'll put it on VOD later. This was always intended to be an HBO Max original. So my opinion is it's going to go on there and it's going to stay on there. Yeah. And this will be for the people who want the physical or to get because you can always argue with people who say physical really is going to get you the ultimate crispest picture quality. And so
I think it might be that as well, because I think the 70 million, didn't that come out of Warner Max?
Yeah, that came from that was an HBO Max, Warner Max, that's where the money came from, that side. So
it's their additional investment. Of course, they're still building upon the investment made by Warner Brothers. So who knows? But I agree with Scott. I think it's probably going to stay on Warner on HBO Max.
Right, because if it ever gets off there, people are going to freak out and be like, "What's happening to the Snyder Cut? Like, what's happening to the Snyderverse?"
Oh God, can you imagine the uproar if it was like available until this day? At the end of the month. What? No, it's going to be on there because they want all the traffic to go through HBO Max, especially with other features coming out later on that month as well. Yeah, you have Godzilla versus Kong coming out soon after. Because they have to compete with what's coming out at the same time, which is Falcon and the Winter Soldier over on Disney Plus. Now, obviously, look, Zack Snyder Justice League is a much bigger property than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but they still have to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row. And I think that having Zack Snyder Justice League and then Godzilla versus Kong, and then because after that it's like Tom and Jerry or whatever, but still,
and Mortal Kombat in April.
Mortal Kombat in April, thank you. And so, in that one, both those films we still haven't seen a full on trailer for.
Right.
Yeah, Sunday is the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes. So that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
So I'm calling it Kong wins in the end. What about you guys?
I think Kong's gonna win, but I'd rather see Godzilla win. But
I think there's gonna be a bigger bad guy, kind of like in the original Godzilla versus Kong back from
BBS.
Exactly. Doomsday shows up. Holy crap!
I just have a hard time seeing a way that Godzilla or King Kong could beat Godzilla. I just don't see how he can do that.
Well, I'll tell you, in the original film,
Kong won. Yeah, Kong won.
Well, I do know that, but
no, you didn't know that.
I did know that, but I'm just thinking about this because you think about Godzilla, he has scaly skin that's very hard compared to King Kong's skins. I don't think his teeth could pierce that. And then Godzilla also has the atomic breath.
They killed Smaug.
Yeah, because they had a magic arrow that they pulled out of their butt.
They really did.
But you see what I mean? There's just a couple things that just make it seem like. And plus, in the previous movie, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he killed a couple monsters with atomic breath, and one that can fly.
LA Prodigy, thank you so much, man. Yeah, that was and Kong versus Godzilla is basically BVS. Yeah, so I was saying how at the end Godzilla's gonna be over King Kong with a spear ready to stab him, and then he's gonna say, "Save Mothra!"
Mothra, yeah.
What did you say?
Mothra. That's my mother.
Let them kill Mothra.
Oh my goodness gracious! What was that?
I agree. I agree. I think there's going to be a common enemy at the end.
It could be a Godzilla, or that's the mechanical Godzilla, right? So it could be the one. It could be the Godzilla that the military build to try to fight both of them. Mecha Godzilla. Yeah.
I mean, because you look at the fan base for both of these monsters, they're absolutely massive. So if you make one definitively beat the other fan base is gonna be pissed. So.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So going back to that tweet, if you go down, so that was tweeted out, right? And we love that picture. It looks great. And then AT&T, they responded. They said, "Thank you, release the Snyder Cut. Fam, stay super," which is super cheesy, but We like it.
They're paying attention.
They're paying attention. And then right here it says, I can't wait to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League when you release the Snyder Cut. AT responded again saying, we're on the way and plan to bring the justice. # release the Snyder Cut. And they had a number of these that went out, which was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're not dumb.
They're not dumb.
They had somebody responding to them requesting like steel book with lenticular
They
cover.
did, yeah.
And they had like the emoji of like someone like
taking notes.
Taking notes.
Yeah, right here. This is it right here.
Right
so New Geek said
they're like, oh, you'll pay for this, right?
Like a steel book, slipcase, and collector's book, please and thank you. And that's what they did. They wrote everything down, saying, "Yeah, you got it." I mean, that's really cool that they would even go to those lengths to do that.
I hope that collector's book. I hope the collector's book, if we get it, is like a little mini Jim Lee comic book, like some other story, like in this universe. I think that'd be awesome.
And so, branching off of that, they also replied again saying, "I hope our second meeting goes better than the last one." Laughing with a blue heart, and it's an image of this guy right here,
Stephen Neeson.
Yeah, I've seen that
Not very
recently.
spiky.
Unfortunately,
what's up, Joey?
Yeah, we just actually watched that. Believe it or not.
Yeah. I listened to it, man. I listened to it.
Yeah.
And so that was rough.
Bless you for that.
Yeah. So they recently did a episode of DC Film Squadcast where they rewatched the film Justice League.
Why did you say that name?
And it was a little rough. I mean, right off the bat, when they got to the scene where they showed Superman and the mustache gate. I mean, right away, I think it was Scott who was like, "God, look at the suit. It looks terrible."
Yeah, it does.
But at the same time, they had no idea that he had that suit remade because he was going to have it recolored black.
Yeah,
and so that's why the muscles were more accentuated and all that.
Did they say that they remade it? Well, because they remade it so where he could color grade it because they wouldn't let him make a black and silver suit.
Right.
So that's why the muscles are
He
accentuated.
made it where it would be either way, either like the more desaturated blue, or what he's doing with the gray and black. So it was never supposed to be that vibrant, saturated,
super
blue.
Padded, like
where you could like see the chrome boobs underneath.
Yeah, chrome boobs. No, it was pretty rough.
That was Nickatina's favorite part.
You know what's funny though, guys? I mean, when's the last time you guys have seen that film? Because I mean, we hadn't
actually. We did a similar thing to what you guys did. We watched it on Twitch. We had like a watch party. Yeah, that was the
So we watched it and we just roasted the movie the entire time. I mean, the movie's it's such a shit movie, so we just made fun of it the entire time to make the best of it. But it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Andre liked it. I
loved it.
He was
like, kind of funny. Like,
quiet guys, I can't hear.
And Scott can kind of speak to this. I mean, we've been reviewing, like we've got a thing on for our patrons. We're reviewing every comic book film of all time and all that. So we've gotten through like 48 episodes up to this point. So we've seen lots of genuinely pretty bad films up to this point. And so watching.
Did y'all watch Steel?
Not yet.
It's
coming.
Okay. No, but we've seen like Howard the Duck and Catwoman and Captain America from
I like Howard the Duck. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a classic. I mean, I watched as a kid, and I fell in love with it.
The only thing I liked about Howard the Duck
might want to pass on our review.
I heard you guys mention it during one of your podcasts. You were like, "Yeah, Howard the Duck." I was like, "Oh man, really?"
that was a special.
I was like, "That's my guilty pleasure movie."
I know it really is.
The funny thing was that when we were watching Justice League, it was like, it's frustrating. It's infuriating. But when you compare, but we had to at the end, we had to go, there are actually worse movies.
They're definitely worse movies.
Oh yeah.
The travesty of this one is obviously because it was nothing like the first two that were setting up this film. And that's what was so infuriating. It was just because we knew in general like the tone was gonna supposed to be different. We knew all the we know what kind of films we're getting from Zach, so that was what was so fucking frustrating about that film.
Yeah.
And then you actually watch it, and but it's kind of funny. Scott and I were way tamer than we thought we were going to be during this film. I think me personally, I just lost it. I lost it when the whole anal probing alien bullshit.
And then thirsty Lois Lane.
And the thirsty Lois Lane. And that's where I was just like, fuck this, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, like, how do you go from that point?
Yeah.
You know, I just don't get it.
I remember being in the theater watching that and seeing that scene, just the whole way that scene was saturated and colored. I was like, okay, this feels so wrong. And then, you know, Martha Kent says the thirstiest girl he'd ever met, and I was like, what am I watching right now? Like,
exactly.
It's so beneath anything Zach would have ever done. Zach would never do shit.
Completely.
And like
Never.
to prepare myself the night before, I rewatched BVS the Ultimate Edition because that's my favorite movie, and I was like, okay, we're getting the follow up to this. This is gonna be great. And so like having that immediate comparison, I'm just like, whoa, all right, no.
I remember I watched it in the theater. We went on vacation over in. We went and stayed at a hotel in Sonoma. It was like a resort hotel. So we and my wife were doing something really nice, and we went and saw it at a theater out there. Right? Oh, we lost Scott. So
he's like, this is a boring.
Yeah, I'm out. I've said my piece.
I was gonna say thank you.
We got Tim Yoko here of DC Film Squadcast, the brains behind the entire operation.
It's actually true.
But just
So how did you develop the channel single-handedly?
Single-handedly, it took a lot of work, and I brought these guys in to try to make it. I try not to brag about everything, so
we're like, actually, without
you're doing a great job.
Would be nobody. Oh yeah, but no, we went and saw it, and yeah, it was just such a different movie. Because I mean, when you compare what we saw, like you were saying, Tim, in BBS to what we saw in Justice League. So, for instance, here's a scene from BBS.
Well, here I am.
And then you have a scene from I won't even say the name. Here, Scott, from the theatrical cut.
Yeah. Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
It's just
that's
like
when I lost it.
Yeah.
it was like, how dare you? How
My
dare
eyes were
you
bleeding.
do that?
The same actor, guys.
It's the same actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have him on the ground saying, "Oh, something is definitely bleeding." And in the previous movie, you had him doing these epic scenes like this.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us 2 years ago. Jesus, Alfred, count the dead. Thousands of people. What's next? Millions. He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him. But he is not our enemy. Not today. 20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
Joss Whedon, can you rate the Justice League movie?
And copyright.
I know, right? I was like, hold on, keep going.
No, that clip, for whatever reason, every time I play it, I never get hit with copyright. I don't know why. It's a long clip too, but it just, I don't know what it is about it. It doesn't get hit. That's why I keep playing that
It's
one.
so good. That's what it is.
Yes.
Look,
The YouTube people are just like, yes,
Anthony went to
this.
go watch the
We gotta
movie.
let that one.
yeah, but I mean, it's such a contrast. You're right. From what we had set up in Zach's previous movies to what we got in Justice League. I mean, it was just such. I said the name.
Why did you say that name?
Well, you know, we've just gone on to calling it. We've just adopted the name Joss Whedon's Justice League. That's what we call it.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is too.
Yeah.
But Justice League sounds so much more
Why did you say that name?
of a put down or a let down.
Yeah,
Well,
it kind of does.
To say
that's why-
I don't need to put down the film. All you got to do is watch it, and it puts down itself.
Yeah.
It puts down itself.
This
It
is the
really
point at
does.
it like,
Yeah, you're like, you want to see a failure? Watch that right there.
I mean, from the very beginning, when the parademon takes Bruce around the city in a circle and lands on the same building that they left the Kirk on, I'm like, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
they flew in one big circle and came back down again. And then you have the Kirk who's tied up like.
and then
Yeah.
the freaking parademon
You're
like
like,
explodes into boxes. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
I just want to see him like get another parademon do the same thing. Like, oh shit, did the same thing.
Did it again.
The guy's right there, and he's like, "Alfred, are you seeing this?" He's like, "Alfred, who the fuck's Alfred?"
Alfred Pennyworth, thank you.
Alfred Pennyworth. He lives on
He was in the
Wayne
Manor.
Manor. But
He's
it's
my
just-
butler. Shut up.
It's like college humor where Batman calls in like, Alfred, I figured it out. he's like, "Who is this? It's Bruce. Who else has this number?"
I mean, there's just so many scenes that were so bad. I mean, even this is the one I always play on my show.
Hello, no.
It's just like But
that one might be in the movie. I don't know.
It might be, but I don't think that it will be. So if it isn't, then it will forever be a clip that I play on my show, and I will.
That
coin
was
it as my own.
That was the thing. As we were watching it. I mean, Scott and I were probably quiet quite often during our commentary because we hadn't watched it in forever, and so I at least for me, I was watching part of it. And I was like trying to figure out, okay, is this going to be in the final film or not? Is this a Zach scene? There's some scenes that clearly are not Zach's. All the close-up shots, but honestly, some of them I just don't know. So I was trying to. I went into the review saying that I'll be positive and I'll give credit where credit's due to things that aren't Zach's, that are Joss's, that I think work. They may not be executed as well. They could have worked, or they did work in the context of that film. I would give credit where it was due, and I think we both did that. Yeah,
it wasn't too terribly off from what our review from 2017. I mean, because
it sounds similar.
Well, I think it's just interesting because that was both of us. By the time we did that commentary, it was our third time watching it ever.
Wow,
yeah. So, neither one of us had seen it since 2017. So it was definitely. It was. I think I was talking to one person, and my comment was, I wasn't as harsh on it because I was just kind of numb during the whole thing.
Yeah. Now I remember.
Anthony's back.
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man?
Hey, Anthony.
So when I first watched Justice League, like I noticed things were off, but like I tried to enjoy it because I at the time I didn't know about all the behind the scenes stuff. I wasn't nearly as invested in the behind the scenes stuff like I am now. But like,
bless you.
Yeah, I mean, I was so naive back then. But so for a while, on my Google Play, I had Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, BVS, and Justice League on my Google Play app, and I would bring my app to or my iPad to.
Why did you say that name?
You can't say that name. If
it's
going to be on my channel, you can't say the name. Dude.
So I would bring my iPad to my work where I'd be sitting around a lot and just waiting for customers to come in. So I had the movie playing, and I remember trying to rewatch Justice League a couple of times, just trying to figure out, okay, like what is going on here? Like, does this actually work? And the more I watched it, of course, the more I realized this thing is just. Yeah, the more I watched that movie, and the more I realized this thing sucks. This thing is so bad.
It's horrible.
Well, the thing for us, especially for me, the reason it impacted me so deeply was our show. When we started our show back in August of 2015, our whole mantra was September. We are fans. We recorded it in August. Okay.
Not
our first show.
Whatever, the lost episode that shall never be heard. No, there's a bad one. There's our very first recording together.
Maybe the patrons can hear that one.
Oh, the problem is
not ready. No, it has sound issues.
It is such garbage sound wise because we were still figuring things out. Mm-hmm. It was our first time ever doing this.
Neither one of us did other than like guest appearing on it.
Now I'm just thinking of the SpongeBob lost episode. That's all I'm thinking about.
Oh.
But our whole thing was, hey, we loved Man of Steel. We wanted to be positive. I mean, Andre was there when we got to tell that to Zach himself that we're like, our show, we wanted to tell you our show exists because of you, because we love Man of Steel so much. Mm-hmm. And when BVS and Suicide Squad were coming out, we were like, nobody else was being the voice that we wanted to hear of. Let's actually get excited for this thing that's coming out. Yeah. And then what happened was over years of building that up, and that kind of became our brand. So even as we were starting to hear things about what was happening with the Justice League production, we hook, line, and sinker kind of bought the company line because it's what we wanted to hear. And unfortunately, what we were trying to tell our audience for all of 2017 was, guys, hey, it's going to be okay. The movie's coming out in November. We're going to get to see it.
Yeah.
Even though all the signs were there, and we unfortunately were trying to, this was kind of our brand. So it was kind of like, no, let's. It's okay, guys.
But it was even more than that, though, Scott. Because it was kind of our brand, but you and I both had the opinion and the belief that like there's no possible way they can mess with it that much. Like we did not believe that they would.
Yeah,
they
that's
would tamper with the film to that degree.
I think that's like
And
a
that's where we
common
were
thought.
wrong. Yeah.
That's a common thought. Like really, that they wait a minute. In this little bit amount of time, they can reshoot 95% of a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like how does that even happen? Yeah, so I agree with you. Like that was the same thought with probably most people was that there's no way they could change it that much. Yeah,
like the amount that they overhauled that movie was just ridiculous. And you know, it may have just been me, but I remember one time I was listening to DC Squadcast, and it was the first time for me, at least, that I heard something that you guys said that totally it just changed everything. I remember we were talking, and or no, we were talking. You guys were talking, and you guys were talking about the Snyder Cut, and Scott was like,
in the front of the
"Yeah, I was talking to you guys." No,
Get your
and
story
I
straight.
remember Scott had said something like, "He goes, yeah, you know, from what we're hearing, it's not a matter of how much can he restore, or how much can he put back in. It's a matter of how much can we scale this back and get more out of it for the Snyder Cut." And it was the first time I had ever heard something positive in terms of like it actually going to happen. And I was just like, oh my God. And then I've told you this before, there was always a huge gap in between each podcast. So I'd always be waiting around for the next DC Film Squadcast.
Okay, I think you're getting us confused with our comic book show because we're every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're every week.
How dare you accuse them of not being on time, Andre?
They don't come out with enough content.
Yeah.
This was a while ago. Okay, forget it. I was gonna play it. I don't have it though. But no, but like at the time there wasn't. I didn't know of any other sort of podcast that did what you guys did. I would scour my my iTunes podcast, just looking for other DC type of news, and there was nothing out there that I could follow that was like you guys. And I just absolutely love your show. That's why having you guys here is so cool. So I finally get to talk to you guys.
Well, that's been kind of a fun thing for us. Was we were the anomaly when we started, and now we don't complain. We don't see it. I mean, technically it's competition, but it's also fun to go. We love seeing how others have kind of carried the torch. Like we
joined the conversation. Yeah,
right. It's like we know of people who have directly credited us, or we know were listeners of ours because we gave them podcasting advice, and then they went off and started their own. They went off and started their own shows, and they found each other, and they made networks, and it's been fun to look at the landscape and go, we're not the only ones anymore. I mean,
you're not alone.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we'd love to have all the downloads, but there's a part of us that goes, but what was more important?
We don't really care about that. Yeah.
Well, I care a little bit. I'm going to be honest, but
I don't.
Tim just like smashed that one.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's been 5 years. We're the old married couple at this point. But the point was that now it's nice to go. I have no words anymore for him. But it's nice to
I think you're sleeping on the couch tonight, Tim.
Fine.
But it's nice to look out into my timeline and realize that it's not as hard to find like-minded individuals who you want to converse with.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that we're now we don't have, we have a YouTube channel. We barely do anything with it, but we get invited and we've met other podcasters, and now it's extended to YouTubers. It's like we've just started making connections with other people just because it's like, wow, we really are a community instead of just Tim and me being two guys sitting here talking to microphones and then talking to random avatars on Twitter. That's how it kind of all started.
Yeah.
Well, and not to mention that, you have a pretty much a recurring role on the vodka stream every Friday on Dave's show, which is a great show, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of become part of my Friday night routine. It's something I kind of look forward to because I remember the first time I was on there was I only remember it was the Friday of the Subway tweet, like when I can always remember the day it happened. It was the day of the Subway tweet. I will always remember that was the day that I remember.
A day that would go down in infamy.
You better believe it, because I remember I was DMing with Dave, and he was like, you want to be on the show tonight? I was like, okay, cool. and that, as they say, is history.
Yeah.
And then I finally dragged this sore loser onto the show a couple of times. You know,
Hey, that's too late for me, man.
I know, old man.
11 p.m. Eastern now. I have to get up and feed the kids early Saturday morning, so no, that's it has to be something special.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rough too, because I mean, like, I do the same thing. I have a show that I do late night, and then I get up at 7 a.m. with my kids, and because now to me it'd be easier just to take them to school and have them go to school. But now they're doing the virtual learning, so now I got to set up the iPad and get my son ready. He doesn't want to do it. I'm like, come on. Oh, he's only 5. He's like,
why is your son's voice deeper than yours?
I ain't doing this today, Daddy.
He's like, oh God, I don't want to do this. I'm like, come on, look better for mom.
Oh yeah, wait till I tell Mama. She'll whoop you.
No, but honestly, if my son, doesn't want to do it, then I usually just
doesn't have to.
Yeah, and there's actually a video of me getting upset, and this is it right here.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And then right after that, Nickatina's out cold on that.
Yeah. And then I get canceled. Yeah,
he got bitch slapped.
But I mean, look. So we're talking about how bad Justice League really is.
Why did you say that name?
And so, but when we move forward now in time, we have I have to. When we move forward, we look at movies like Birds of Prey that came out, which Ryan is a huge fan of.
Justice League 2. Somebody asked in the comments.
Stop it. Okay, no, I will fight. Actually, the two of us, I enjoy that movie. I get a kick out of that movie. So I didn't
think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be. I still think there's a lot of things that could have been corrected in it. But
that I'll give you that. Yeah,
it's a good film. It's just not amongst the greats for me.
No, yeah, and
it's a no for me.
Fine film. Yeah.
It's no for me, dog.
No for me.
No for me, dog.
I think they dropped the ball. They really should have had Jared Leto in it somehow.
Yes.
Jared Leto.
At it. They hinted at the entire time.
Huntress. It would have been really cool if they and maybe even freaking Batman. I don't know. I mean, it's in Gotham.
Or like just a passing glance, like him, like jumping from rooftop. Or something.
They should have had Gordon in it somewhere. That'd have been cool.
They were so eager to distance themselves from that universe, and it was blatantly obvious. But at the same time, in that movie, you had scenes where the Joker was like, you see the back of his head or whatever, and it's clearly Jared Leto's Joker. It's the same look. And so I was kind of like, well, why not just have him in the freaking movie?
Crispin Glover from Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
I understood that reference.
But hey, you, get your damn hands off her.
Get your damn hands off of her.
I have to ask Lorraine to the dance, and if I don't, Darth Vader will eat out my brain.
He can melt my brain, yeah.
Melt my brain. That's right. That's what it is.
You just got to tell her that you love her and all that stuff. What are you doing? I'm taking down notes. Why? This is really good stuff.
I'm your destiny. I'm your destiny.
Yo, it is so fun. I love Back to the Future. Back to the Future for me is.
Who's the president? Ronald Reagan, the actor. Anyway, we're getting off base here. But, so you have Birds of Prey, and then you have Shazam that comes out. And Shazam I thought was pretty good because I mean the story itself you couldn't really make it that dark.
I like Shazam.
He doesn't like Shazam. I thought Shazam. In comparison to the story that came from New 52, I thought that was a pretty good representation of that. But making it, you have kids in it, a lot of kids, so you can't make it too.
They're adults now.
They also threw a dude out of a skyscraper. So
and they also had the 7 deadly sins just devour a whole room of people and took a super dark turn. I was like, whoa!
It's really hard to make it light, but But then we move forward to the newest one that came out, which is Wonder Woman 84, which is filled with. I mean, look, I liked the movie. But there were a lot of scenes that could have been better, including this one here.
Play the other clip.
At least he wasn't a Space Planet in her breast.
So the other clip that we have is really in the mall scene,
Yeah.
it was so corny that you could have literally played almost any music, any 80s music during that scene, and it would have worked. And for instance, this is one that Dawson put together for us. And that would have worked. That would have been like, okay, I get it. But
That could have been a part of the intro of the movie.
that could have been the trailer, probably. No. So, Scott, let me ask you, what was your take on Wonder Woman 84? Did you like the movie or did you not like the movie?
It was fine. Yeah, believe it or not, I will say this: I was glad I saw it a second time before we recorded our review, because I'll admit the first time I saw it on Christmas night on HBO Max, I just sat there kind of like,
You were like, what the hell is this?
We were both like-minded on it.
yeah, and then I saw
the second viewing.
and we need a second viewing, and I saw the second viewing, and it was just kind of like, okay, this is what it is. Basically, it was just like that. Okay, this is what it is. Like it's not terrible,
Right.
but it's not great. It's fine.
It had its ups, its downs, and inconsistencies, but overall, it balances out.
Alistair!
It's like, oh, here I am, Daddy.
Okay, that was yeah. The kid I had an issue with. Making it redeeming Maxwell Lord at the end was kind of like, can't he just be a villain?
There was no consequences for anyone.
What got me was how much I felt like. What got me was how much I felt like Kristen Wiig got the shaft in that movie, because I was like, she deserved more in that movie.
She
than what
did.
She got.
She was the best performance.
Built her up, and then they just said, okay, get out of here. It's all about Maxwell Lord. Go sit on the rock over there and stare at the ocean. You know what I mean?
He's really killing it with Mandalorian. Come on.
Yeah. Have you seen Mando? Have you seen the season finale with Luke Skywalker?
No, I like I've said many times, going into Wonder Woman 84, I fully expected to hate Kristen Wiig's character, because I have a hard time with a lot of movies that she does and her roles that she does, just because of her style. I'm not a huge fan, but I was personally wowed by her performance of anything in the movie. She did a great job.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jacob. I think Birds of Prey takes place pretty much right after Suicide Squad for the most part. Yeah. We got Matt from Livecast here saying ZSGL will set the tone for the future of the DCEU, and the Flash will connect it all. Everything deserves a home. I agree. I deserve a home. I think you guys do too. Matt! There was another one. WB made a total 4-hour JL film into a 2-hour. Yeah, I know. So you imagine that you're taking what is now going to be a 4-hour film, okay, and you cut that down and you reshot it to be a 2-hour and 3-minute film. I want to say
it's an hour and 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
Really,
it's a total of 2 hours and 8 seconds.
Oh, it's
the iTunes file is 2 hours and 8 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. The Google Play one that I had was literally 1:59:59. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
They had to compensate for the fart at the end.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a joke.
And guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Nickatina Show so you guys don't miss any other 4 Nerds episodes that occur on this channel, along with Nerdy Many Ways, Zever Fett, and ACS Universe. And you guys, make sure to smash that like button and also tweet out this link to the show so everyone knows that we are live with both Scott McClellan and Tim Yoko of DC Film Squadcast. So we also have another comment here. Not my Wonder Woman. Oh no. So Tim, Wonder Woman. I mean, did you like it? Did you hate it? What was your kind of quick take on that?
I liked it. I didn't love it. For me, the biggest problem for me, getting into the film, was if you took the first 10 minutes of the film, and if the film ended after 10 minutes, to me, it would have been a 4.5 out of 5, or it'd be close to 5. I absolutely love the Themyscira.
Oh yeah, that was great.
But the problem is they go from that, and the very next thing they go to, which once you see it, you realize it's supposed to be a parody of the cheesy superhero Superman film from the the 80s.
Yeah.
You realize what it's about, but you go from this really incredibly awesome scene, and then you go to that parody part, and it was so jarring. It just, I lost the momentum that I was feeling a lot of emotional momentum and energy with that first part of the film, and then it just lost it, and then it was just kind of a struggle to kind of get back into it after that point.
I think they kind of did it to themselves a little bit because they played that before the movie released. They played the Themyscira intro and sort of kind of like got everybody sort of mindset in the mood for something that it wasn't, because that was just the first part of the movie, you know. And then it was like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's and Patty Jenkins is all like, I love Richard Donner, but she made a Richard Lester film because his Superman was more quirky and funny and jovial and all that, not Richard Donner.
But I think if you really kind of look at it, like, I mean, this film was set in the 80s. It was supposed to be kind of like a love song to like the 80s. So like, I get what she was trying to do in her mind, but for me, it was a story I didn't really care about, or is like an homage I didn't really care about.
Well, it didn't need to be set in the 80s. That was just personal choice. The story there was no mandate that it had to be in the 80s. It could have been in any era. They could have adjusted.
But you guys know the story, like that film. I mean, the whole Superman series of films like were really special to her because, refresh my memory, Scott, it was like her father died like a month before
78 came out.
Came out. Okay. And so it was like, and it was the whole thing. And if you remember Superman, the movie, Clark lost his father. And so like, she really latched onto that. So it was a very special, she has a special like place in her heart for that type of film, which is completely understandable. I think it adds a ton of context.
It does. It definitely does. I think my biggest thing with the movie was some inconsistencies with the story. The big thing at the end for me that really got to me was how Maxwell Lord like weaseled his way around the rule of having to touch people in order to like grant them a wish, and like the satellite signal touched people, which like he's not the one in the satellite, it's the video that's being transmitted. So like,
Dawson, you just touched me with that.
Yeah, no, Dawson. I don't know if you know that, but if you go to DirecTV headquarters and you stand in the middle of this like laser light, you can talk to everybody. Like, Alistair, I see my son.
Yeah, and then the like lasso of truth, like somehow latching onto him, and all of a sudden everybody was like able to like see or feel the truth or whatever. It's like that part just didn't quite make sense to me. And I'd have to rewatch it again to like figure out if it actually does make sense, but just didn't feel like it did.
Her outfit at the end, which was kind of cool, the one that
the golden armor
Carter wore, but it served really no purpose.
Yeah,
it just that was one of my criticisms was they set up the Golden Eagle armor, and it's like it needed to either one, she needed it because she had lost her powers, not after she gets her powers back. Or there has to be something special, or the eagle armor gives her some kind of power up, like some power up
combat, or to overthrow or overtake her adversary, which is Cheetah,
because that correlates with some stories of Wonder Woman where the powers that she has are often imbued in the objects that she wears rather than simply inside of her. Like for example, this Wonder Woman book that I just read, Renee DeLiz I think did that one. And I think, Scott, you commented
Legend of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Legend of Wonder Woman. I finished that yesterday. It was a good one. But, like, you remember in that one where the objects at the beginning had the power imbued in them from the gods. So they could have done something like that with the Eagle armor where those powers were imbued in the armor and she could use it to fight her opponent. But that didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan had a good idea, too, that the bracelet or whatever that was left over after the...
it should have been the bracelet and not the not the rock, because the bracelet had the writing, the inscriptions on it. Had outside it was
Latin,
and on the inside it was the language of the gods. So the actual bracelet should have been imbued with the magic and not the rock. Whoever wears the bracelet, controls, or has that ability or whatever,
It would have made it more tangible in the sense that, like, we have to get the bracelet from Maxwell Lord, as opposed to we just have to kind of
dry from the thing.
We just got to convince him it's a bad idea to keep doing what he's doing, even though he was like, and that was my other thing too, was that I didn't see where it was going. I was like, okay, wait, his whole thing was like, I want more. It's like, what do you want more of? Like, pretty soon the world's gonna be a wreck.
Well, but I think that was the thematic message the movie was trying to go for, was that idea of just wanting more for more sake. I think what happened to me is great and all, but I didn't need that in this movie. It felt like the movie was trying to be deep in a movie that wasn't actually that.
I agree.
Deep.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't know what to be.
It
right?
didn't know what it was, right?
Now, I mean, there is a chance that, some other people had their hands, in the cookie jar with this movie, but we saw, I mean, we're all not really big fans of Rotten Tomatoes, but overall, I mean, we did see how, her score, 184, it started off being certified fresh, started off really high. I think it was a 94% or something like that when it first started out. Yeah, 94%. And then as the weeks went on, it just got worse and worse and worse for this movie. Then it went down to 80%. And then it dropped down even harder than that. 65%. And so it just got worse. And I think everyone started to realize that this just wasn't going anywhere. I mean, the movie just had too many flaws, which is unfortunate because, I mean, they had a great cast. And I thought all the actors did a great job with what they were given. I thought they did a great job in their roles, but the storytelling and it just, I mean, when you go back to this, I mean, it's just. I mean, why even have?
I guess he was.
I think this movie is a perfect encapsulation for what DC movies are without the type of vision that Zack Snyder had for the franchise at the beginning of all of this, right?
Or just having nobody at the helm with a vision like that.
Well, because when Zack Snyder started, I mean, he had the 5-film arc that he was going to do. It was going to be a Superman-centric story, and he was going to make it to where it's like Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 1, 2, and 3, and that was going to be able to spin things off, be able to expand out like a tree, and be able to get other characters involved in there with their own solo movies. But once Zack Snyder was gone, Warner Brothers is just like, crap, well, we got to do something. Let's put some like Birds of Prey out there. Let's put that out there. Let's put Shazam out there. Let's put Wonder Woman 84 out there. And you could feel the lack of direction in them. Like someone said in the comments earlier, like when they were talking about Justice League, but all these movies as individual movies, you can enjoy them to a certain extent. But as far as like trying to have them be connected or have them be something that carries on as a franchise, it just doesn't work because it just doesn't feel like it's connected, or it doesn't feel like it has the same type of direction, right?
Yeah, and just like Moondog says, the Golden Eagle, the armor, it didn't give her any advantage other than it helped her against Cheetah, who like ripped it apart, and she was like, okay, now let's fight.
Now, the point about some of the solo movies, though, is that I do feel like whether you like them or not, several of them do have the personality of the director who is directing them. You might. Right, like I personally, and this gets me in hot water with a lot of DCEU fans. I just don't really care for Aquaman. It was not, it's not my jam. And I've been told by people that if I had seen like the Fast and Furious movie that James Wan directed, that I think it was Fast 7 was the one that he did. That
one of those,
that it would have been like, oh no, this feels like that. And I was like, okay. Great. I'm glad to know that this has got James Wan's fingerprints on it.
Yeah. I got you.
But that's not something that's not my style. Like what Shazam, I can see what Sandberg's doing and I can go, okay, cool. I like for me, it appeals to me. And I think and I think what you get is you get some movies that do feel like the director who's directing them. And then I think as fans, sometimes we just want to enjoy all of them. And we kind of have to sometimes accept that
some of them are subpar.
Yeah.
To us, like what that's
right. It goes along with, what you like, your taste, what you don't like. I mean, like you were saying with James Wan, I don't like any. I watched the Hobbs and Shaw. Even I tried to give it a chance. I don't like any of the Fast and Furious movies. It's too off the wall goofball for me. And so, but I did like Aquaman. And I think one of the big things about Aquaman, or one of the reasons why people like this so much, I do like the whole Orm, and Arthur kind of thing, their whole interaction, whatever. But I think it was more the scope and the epic, just like watching a huge aquarium, kind of like if you're going to go and watch Avatar 2, it's going to be something that you're going to like, I went and watched Aquaman in the IMAX.
Me too.
It's kind of like you're watching an aquarium and it looked really beautiful, all the visual effects that they had in the film. So I mean, that was a major reason why a lot of people kind of went back to it, just because it was an experience, kind of like watching Jurassic Park for the first time. You want to watch it on the big screen, or watching King Kong, Godzilla. You want to watch it on the big screen to sort of like be engulfed and sort of be in that world a little bit. So on that, I can understand, how I can also understand how you don't like it. And that's, and it's certainly cool. I mean, the same thing with like Birds of Prey. Everybody has their own taste of what they decide is like, okay, this can fit with this or this can't fit or I like this because, I understood the narrative or I understood where they were going. And all these movies, you can turn off your brain, and say, it doesn't have to be so deep and thought provoking as like Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder, put all this lore into the films. Like with Wonder Woman, what lore was in there? There was nothing. With Shazam, there wasn't really that much lore. It was a little bit for the realm that Shazam was
the magic realm,
right? The magic realm, right? There was a little
even that was pretty shallow though, and
they really didn't get into it. Yeah.
Well, and then the scene in which they essentially gave a wink towards Black Adam, it was a lead scene when it should have been in the movie, but I guess they figured they didn't know when they were going to make Black Adam, so they were like, "Oh, just take it out."
Well, they already referenced him at the beginning.
I know, but that would have been a bigger
hologram thing.
Yeah.
But them looking at the destroyed seat, I can see why they took that out, and I can see why they took out the other scene where they were all sort of flying away or doing their own thing. I can see why they took that one out too.
But I like how at least they in the beginning when he goes to the house, it has like the Batarang, the same one that was using BVS.
Sure.
So they made references to those characters, which I was like, okay, cool. At least it exists in that universe.
Yeah. That was my favorite thing about the movie was the fact that Batman, in a roundabout way, saved the day in Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my favorite part. I was like, yes, Batman rules.
At the end, he used the Batarang to get him in the back of the head. I was like,
see, he doesn't even have to be present to save the day.
Yeah. So, real quick, I know we're up against the top of the hour. I know you guys have to get going pretty soon. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So, real quick, I just wanted to go over it. So, the whole Ray Fisher situation. I mean, do you guys think this is going to get resolved anytime soon? Do you guys think that Ray Fisher will be in the Flash movie when it's all said and done, or do you think that ship has sailed?
I think that ship has sailed, honestly. But I think if there's going to be an opening, I think it'll be something like with a Justice League 2. When that gets announced.
Nice.
And Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, I think. I don't think it's going to. I still think this is going to drag on a little bit. I mean, look at to get to where we are. That was like July to now. So, and that was because once again, that investigation was just involving the reshoot situation. The whole accusations against Hamada. He even said in that one of those later tweets that like that the reason that wasn't addressed in the investigation is because that's a completely different.
It's separate. It's a separate
situation. Yeah. So if it took us from July,
right.
If it took us from July to now, and with him getting that extension to 2023, I don't be surprised if either nothing happens for a while or if stuff happens and we just don't know about it.
I mean, it's just crazy to see that, you get a movie like Wonder Woman 84 that comes out, you can definitely see how they meddle with that movie in terms of the tone and, the way it was presented. And he gets an extension. And just the other day, we saw this, and this is kind of how it felt for me when I saw the article. It just really felt like, oh, great! Now they're in power, and now he's been re-signed, and it's ridiculous. But then, real quick, you guys, there was the audio that got put out by Ray Fisher, and let's take one quick listen to that real fast.
I know that this is a very time-consuming process, and I know this has not been an easy one by any means. And if ever there were any points in time where I seemed defensive or please.
Ray, you've been a gentleman. You've been a gentleman, and I'll say you've been a man of your word. And that is what we have reported to the company, which is that you told us you would give us names, you gave us names. You told us you would meet with us on a particular day at a particular time. You never tried to reschedule it. You met us. You even gave us information after that. You've been a man of your word. You are someone that we have found extremely credible. And the fact that you risked so much is part of what lends itself to your credibility. but just also, the facts speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're back.
We're back. So, I mean, I think for me, the strongest thing out of that was that she says, this really lends to your credibility. I mean, what did you guys think about that in terms of like how that reflects onto the entire situation that's happening with Ray Fisher and WB Pictures? Scott.
For me, the one thing that I just thought is how much is recorded. Like that's the one thing that makes that was the thought I had was, so if he recorded this conversation, he's had these other phone conversations, how much has been recorded, and how much of that is, if he does have it recorded, how much of that is admissible? So those are the questions that I had, because one thing that he has proven about himself since July is the man has receipts. And he chooses when to drop them.
Yes.
So the question then becomes, how much receipts does he actually have, and how much does he strategically have them? And are we playing how much do we have a poker face here? That's a question I have. He's playing this game, and I'm curious to find out later on how much he actually has.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I kind of feel like. I try to put myself in Ray's shoes. I try to put myself in a corporation's shoes, because usually what's going to happen is somewhere in between, and I kind of feel like that's what's happened here, because Warner Brothers has a long time relationship, through New Line with Walter Hamada, and it's a guy they trust in. It's a guy they like. They you can argue about what his performance has been, but it's a guy that they want in that position, and they're not just going to dismiss this guy unless there was gross direct misconduct on his part. And I think the really gross misconduct was allegedly seems to be from Joss Whedon, from Jeff Johns. John Berg was somehow mixed in there as well. We don't know exactly how, but like those guys are all gone. Like they're gone as in like they're not principal players anymore. Obviously, Joss Whedon's gone. John Berg is gone. Jeff Johns is still active in some projects. Well, he's active because like those projects are not going to just suddenly end. The tell is going to be like, are there any new projects with Jeff Johns?
Yeah,
and so I didn't
intellectual properties tied in with that as well.
So I mean, he's not going to be immediately gone. And so the question is like, so Walter Hamada's involvement in this was it serious enough that he had to be dismissed? And I would say, unless there's something we don't know, there must not have been enough there to justify getting rid of somebody that they had a long-term relationship with.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. But
not saying that bad stuff didn't happen, but we kind of have to speak relatively to what's bad enough of the corporation to say,
bye-bye.
That's exactly.
That's true.
And you got to remember, he was not there when all this stuff was occurring. So like his involvement in this is basically how he responded to the allegations, and whatever whatever Ray experienced and felt with his with his discussions with Walter. I mean, that's what we don't really know at this point.
Right. And we'll see where it takes us. I mean, like Scott said, I think there's more is still going to happen with this story, but at this point, we'll just see how it kind of plays itself out. Well, guys, I know you said you only have about an hour, so I'm not sure how much time you guys have left to be with us on the show. Go ahead.
I could do. I don't know about you, Scott, but I could do maybe about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I'm like 5. Like, I'll be honest, I need to put my kids to. My kids need to go to bed.
We'll do 5 more. How about that?
Okay, 5 more. Here we go. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a quick round. It's gonna be a 1-on-1 match. That way we eliminate a lot of the scatter. It's gonna be a quick game. It's called the age game. I'm gonna put up. What?
Just mute him.
I know. Okay, so what we're gonna do is here he goes. So I'm going to put up an image of an actor, and you're going to guess the age. Now, you have to guess the age correctly in order to get the points. So since there's only 2 of you, we'll do the first one to 3. How about that? And then if we run out of time, we'll see who wins. Okay, so it's going to be Tim versus Scott, okay? This the Squadcast going one-on-one with each other. Now, guys, please don't look at the chat because they will try and help you out. And chat, please be active.
You got to turn the chat off.
You got to turn the chat off. Go to the private chat. Go to the private chat.
Text message me, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first celebrity on the show. And the first celebrity that we're going to guess is, how old is Wesley Snipes?
Age before beauty, Tim. You
Okay,
go first.
I'd say he's 54.
54. Final answer?
Final answer.
See, he had that clip. He had that clip. He had it ready.
I almost said 57, but that still would have been a loss.
Yeah. So, okay, so we're on the next one now. So, Tim, or actually Scott,
Mhm.
how old is Ryan? Todd McClellan, how old is he?
He's not 22.
Early 20s, Scott, I think.
64.
64? Okay, let's
Look
see
at Ryan.
if that's the correct answer. Okay, Tim, you have a chance to ask, or to answer this question as well. Okay, how old is Todd McFarlane?
God, he was drawn when I was a kid, so I'd say he's 61.
Okay, so the answer actually was 59. So
wow.
Okay, we're gonna be the first one to two is gonna win this game. Okay, so so Tim, this one goes to you.
Okay.
How old is Walter Hamada?
I can say 58.
58.
Oh hell no!
Scott, how old is Walter Hamada?
49.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, the age of
never
Walter
considered-
Hamada was actually 52. So.
Oh!
God, this is bad. Okay.
At this point, it's going to be if any of us get a point.
Yeah,
we're
if
gonna
it-
Can we get a point if we get in the same decade?
Because you're up against the clock here. How old is Jeff Johns?
Who are you asking?
This will be for Scott.
win. 45.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
Tim, how old is Jeff Johns? This is the longest streak I've been on.
I'm going to say 46.
46?
Yeah,
Is that your final answer?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is bad. You were close. It was 47.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, damn it. Okay, let's keep it going here. First one that gets the point wins. How old is Nicolas Cage?
Oh,
88.
He's looking good for that age.
Who are you asking?
This is Tim.
Oh, this is an old picture.
I'd say 63.
Okay.
He just said, okay.
Okay, Scott, come on. How old is Nicolas Cage?
66.
Damn it. You're only off by 10 years. He's actually 56. So.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you guys have to get one of these. Okay.
Wait, we won't let you off the show until somebody's right.
We won't let you off the show.
Another
Okay,
round.
Tim, how old is Zack Snyder?
Oh, shit. 56.
Is that your final answer?
I think he's locked in.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try this. I think he's 52.
You don't have to hear the fail song. All you hear is
hear my breath.
sigh.
He's actually 54 years old. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get one of these. Okay. How old is Tim? How old is Ben Affleck?
Fuck, I hate this game. I think I'm trying to do the math in my head, and when I first saw him and how old I was, I think he's 49.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's the final answer. Is it right or?
Oh,
It's
my
never
goodness.
gone this long before. Okay,
God,
Scott, how old is he?
47. 47.
God damn it. Okay.
He's 48.
He's 48.
Is he 48?
Yeah.
You guys dance all around him.
We're getting close, guys. My God.
Okay. Here we
Stay
go.
almost on
Horseshoes.
target. Stay
Jesus.
on target.
Stay on target. How old is the arch nemesis Joss Whedon?
Oh no. 88.
Joss Whedon. Can you rate the Justice League movie?
66.
I'm gonna say 40. I'll say 48.
48. Scott, what's your answer?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a combo.
56.
56. Okay, so would you say
48
66
and 56.
48
48 and
56.
56. Locked in.
So for Tim, here's your answer. And for Scott, here's your answer.
Okay.
You did! You did!
I thought he was one of those guys that just looked older than he really was.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like Scott.
So, Scott, you are. Oh, wow.
Okay. Hey, no, we're gonna play this game, motherfuckers. Okay.
Hey, don't blame us. Blame that guy.
Scott, you can't play this game, but you other four guys, how old am I?
38.
I'm going to say 34.
34, 38,
42.
42,
I'm gonna say 41.
41. Who said 42? Was that you, Ryan?
No.
Anthony.
No, that was okay. That was
Anthony.
I'm 51, guys.
Oh wow.
Oh!
Well,
We're like,
Freaking
wow.
Jared Leto, bitches.
This is why we call him the old man on the network.
Yeah, it really is. But you're
Because
right, Scott. He looks just that Ryan. I mean, that is uncanny. Look at that.
Yeah.
You look just like
it's the
him.
How do you
nose.
think I got into this?
I can't believe no one has
Can we
noticed
do
that
Scott's
before.
age?
No one has noticed
No,
it before.
really.
I can't-
Yeah, how old?
Scott's age
Yeah,
now?
Scott immediately noticed it when he came on. He was like,
Yeah, I know.
anybody talk, and I knew you were going to say like one of the other ones, but he was like, Tom McClellan was like, oh shit.
So let's
I
think.
was like,
Scott's age.
Carmen.
Scott's age.
Scott's age.
Let's go with no, not that.
83.
Pretty close.
Wow, Nickatina, you're never gonna get
Okay,
excited on this.
Dawson, go ahead and take the first guess.
I'm gonna guess 39.
Ryan,
I'll say 38 again. That's a good number.
I'm going to stick with 42.
I'm gonna go with
83.
Low.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go 31.
31.
What is
Okay.
it?
I'm going to kind of like give it both to Ryan and Dawson. I am currently 38. I will be 39 in 2 months.
Oh,
He's
let's
39.
go.
He's about to be 39.
Do you have a clip? Do you have a visual for every single number?
No, I have a lot of them though.
Yo.
Like I have 37.
Let me ask you, Scott and Tim, how
Yeah.
old do you think we are?
Oh
shit.
boy. Okay,
Oh.
Andre. I would say Andre is probably 34.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dawson, I'm gonna say you are.
Teens. You have to go teens.
Wow.
I think Dawson's. I'm gonna go 29.
Wow.
maybe 21.
Look at that picture.
I'm going 29. Anthony. I'm gonna say Anthony's probably 32. And then Ryan, do you shave yet, Ryan?
Yes.
No, I think Ryan. Let's see. I can't see any clues in his background. I'm gonna guess you're like 20. No, I'm gonna guess you're 31 as well. I'm shooting higher than I probably need to, but.
Oh no,
Scott,
you're good.
Scott, what do you think, Scott?
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's see. So Andre, 36. Dawson, 27. Anthony, 33. Ryan, 35.
Okay,
Nice.
let's go with our
You guys
answers.
were very generous.
Yeah. I'll start and then we'll go down.
Okay, go.
I'm 38.
I am 43 years old.
Dang. Okay.
Damn, are you kidding?
You knew that shit, Ryan. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
you knew
up.
that. I'm actually 24.
He's a child.
No way. Show me your license.
Quit beating around your age, Ryan.
He doesn't have one yet.
Everybody wants to know my age, right?
Right.
Yeah, Ryan will
old
never. Yeah, he's old enough.
to know not to answer that question.
Definitely not in his 30s.
You want to know his age? It's right here. I have it right here, actually.
You do?
For Ryan.
58.
I'm joking. I don't know.
Yeah,
He'll never tell us. He's the kind of guy where if he shows you his ID, he'll cover up the year that he was born. Like, here you go. You know, like my mom.
Yeah, I like hold it over.
But for being 42, Anthony keeps himself in great shape, and he's often been compared to The Rock.
All I got is my balls and rapping my paw that y'all want me to fall, call and crap. Suffocated, now they crawling back as I'm tall and shack, and I'm all the
So my eldest son,
love
whom I do a lot of videos with, right? We review movies and stuff like that on our channel. He's 21. He's going to be 22 in a couple months.
Okay.
Okay. And that was what?
What do you mean?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
I can never get enough of those.
We should probably let them go at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, real quick. Okay, we'll have Scott go last, just like he always does. Tim, where can they find you?
All right. Well, you can find us from our show, DC Film Squadcast. You can find us on pretty much any pod catcher out there. We also have a network, Squadcast Media. And if you want to reach out to me, don't email me, don't send me letters, Twitter. That's about all I can handle. So you can find me at Allenfire.
So not the P.O. box.
Not the PO.
It's been shut down.
Yeah.
And Scott, where can they find you?
Of course, you can find me on Twitter at ScottDC27. You can listen to our podcast, the DC Film Squadcast, wherever your podcast can be found. We're on Vero, Facebook, YouTube, and you can find the entire network of shows at squadcastmedia.com.
Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Sounds like Anthony. Anthony, do yours real quick.
Anthony's like, hey, you can fucking find me on the internet.
I don't. But you can't fucking find me on everywhere now.
I like how you blew up Scott, but you didn't blow up Tim.
You know what? I've never heard Tim do it, so I wasn't sure if he had like a whole like a rehearsed line. So I was like, I don't want to put him on the spot. And his line was a little different from Scott's. It was a little different.
I've had a little bit more practice, you might say.
Yeah,
He's a much bigger attention whore than I am. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, Dawson has a really good one too. Dawson, I'm gonna blow you up. What's your intro to Nerdy Many Ways? Oh,
My intro.
You know, like what you always say when you start your show.
Oh, I just say
Peace out, Seacrest.
No, I say, how's it going, guys? Dawson Witcher here from Nerdy in Many Ways, your all-in-one stop for all things nerdy, including movie reviews, video game reviews, song covers, art tutorials, live streams, movie news, and more. And then blah, 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 blah. You know, yeah.
Very good. I like the music in the background.
Yeah, what? Oh, it's a movie my wife's watching.
She's like, blah. She's like,
Yeah. I'm trying to drown him out.
Speaking of my wife, that's somewhere I need to be right
Exactly. Tim, thank you so much for being here today. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
we'll have to do it again sometimes. You guys, thank you so much for being here. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you
You
for
guys have
having
a
us.
nice evening, man.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Take
See
care.
you guys.
Tim stays with us.
Yeah.
He's like, that guy's gone. Let's go. Okay, so guys, look, it's only 5:50. Well, it's only 8:52. So we have a little time left over. Normally it's a 2-hour show. So guys, what's going on? Let's find out what's happening in the chat.
While we were going, Ghostbusters got pushed back to November.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
We don't care.
That movie's gonna suck anyway. I'm sorry.
Man,
I'm going to see it.
I hope it's gonna. I mean, it has to be better than that 2016 shit.
Oh, there's no way it can't be better. There's no way.
I mean, come on. I'll be happy with that. The only thing, like Ghostbusters 2 was just kind of a remake of Ghostbusters 1, so I'm hoping that this one is going to be brought. Going to bring something a little bit different because it's made by his son. So I'm hoping that his son at least has
bring some fresh life into it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. Another thing pushed back. Well, I mean, that's kind of the norm.
No Time to Die.
It's the norm. The one thing that's not getting pushed back is HBO Max and Disney Plus content. Everything else is just, I don't know. I mean, even Bond got pushed back again.
Yeah.
I mean, they were considering even selling the Bond property at one point.
Really?
So I mean, it's getting getting really crazy out
Idris Elba is really trying to vie for that role.
Yo, them pushing what's the name back again though? Black Widow. Chill with that shit.
Oh, I know. At this point, now, put it on Disney Plus. Come on.
What are you waiting?
I mean, they need to release it. It needs to just be out there like Wonder Woman. Like just take.
Who knows? It might be a great standalone fucking film, but put it out there.
I think it's supposed to like introduce a new Black Widow.
Her sister or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the reason is because how Disney. This has to release to make sense because this has to release and then this because it's like a domino thing that everything has to release in like a schedule.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why they keep pushing these things back because it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, when was that Easter egg put in? And and that's the problem with Marvel is that you can't do standalone movies because they have to connect.
Well, but I mean, at this point now, I think it's kind of obvious at this point that it is a standalone movie to a certain degree because otherwise. If you have WandaVision out right now, which is going to connect to the overall story, you're going to have Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out, which is going to connect to the overall story. Yeah. So it has to be that this film doesn't really connect to much because you're delaying it even further.
And plus, it's a prequel movie. It's like all the way back before. What was it?
No. She lived. She survived.
Well, you know what I mean? Like it's before the latest movies, so like as far as timeline is concerned, it doesn't really matter. In fact, when you watch these MCU films, you're gonna watch Black Widow before Endgame, right? You're gonna watch before that, so like it doesn't really matter when they release this thing.
Is it before Infinity War?
What?
It might be.
There's no clues. Like, okay, so say for instance, you had some of the other MCU movies that have come out that came out between Infinity War and Endgame. They gave clues in the trailers as to things that took place, like the dusting or whatever. But this one hasn't given any clues. Any of the trailers that I've personally seen.
When you look it up, and Forbes says the Black Widow takes place between the events of Captain America: Civil War and Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh, okay. So
it's pre-snap.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
It's pre-snap, yeah. Well, yeah, because it takes place, before all that.
Yeah,
that would be what pre is.
Pre-snap, awful.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it was obvious that it was pre-snap. Actually, no, it's not pre-snap. Remember, it's called the blip.
That's pre-blip.
Oh my god!
I was like, why would they call it the blip? That's the stupidest name.
They were it was a cheap joke.
Anthony's just munching on the cookie. I see him like slowly.
You're eating during a stream.
Oh yeah,
the first 30 minutes,
you were like munching away all the time.
Damn, boy.
Well, it's so funny. Like Anthony just like picked it up. Was like, oh man.
Oh, no, I just had
he's like,
oh boy,
it's fresh out of the oven like a fresh
snap.
Ooh, nice.
So Christian Bale is going to die in Thor 4, probably. Black Widow takes place after Captain America: Civil War, but before Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it takes place a little bit, after the Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2.
Well, you're not wrong.
I know. That's what Andre would say.
What?
Trying to sound intelligent.
What?
He's like, I think it's after Thor: Dark World.
For sure.
I think it's after Iron Man 1 and before Endgame.
Spider-Man 3. or whatever they're gonna call it.
Cookies Heart, the meal plan, baby.
I'll run an extra mile.
He's off the wagon. Oh, here we go. We got El Capadiciam saying Cyborg Symphony.
There he is.
I'm here for Ben Affleck and Super Cavill.
Hell yeah.
Ryan, it's El Cappy. He's back.
It is. Where the hell have you been?
He was on Nerdy Stream earlier. I saw him on
It's
there.
been gone so long. Let me get that $30.
I know, right?
Let me get that $30.
Yeah. You gotta
I
make
would love
it
to
that time.
monetized.
Oh shit.
Thanos is the snap, while Hulk and Tony is the blip. What?
What?
Oh, the blip back. Okay, so the snap and the
okay.
blip is when they all come back.
Oh, okay. But he still snapped though.
But
Well, it was
the
like
snap,
But
the
then he
snap
blipped.
stopped everything, but everybody blipped back into existence. That's
Yeah.
the blip is.
I got it. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Aiden, thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm gonna be around a little later that night.
All right, and tonight on the Midnight Run, we're gonna have. So, guys, don't forget too.
Ooh, it's a lady.
It's who's that lady? Okay, this is getting stupid now.
It wasn't before.
I don't even have it on here.
Oh man.
So, and guys, don't forget next week, guys, we have a great show lined up once again. We're gonna have none other than
What?
Yeah.
There's
Taylor
no
Murphy.
music.
Taylor
There was
Murphy
music when I put it on.
from the Culture
I'm
Third.
like getting ready to hear
He'll
music.
be on Dawson's show.
Yeah, he'll
Which
be
you
on
did.
Nerdy Many
So-
Ways.
Yeah, Nerdy in Many Ways, which is a channel that we all jump to during our nerd broadcasts. And take it away, Nerdy.
Yeah, he's gonna be on our show. So I don't know why there's no audio. I just simply turned down the audio and I shared it. So I don't know. why.
Really,
He turned it all the way down to 0.
I didn't. I turned it down to 30.
Well, next week, yes, next Thursday, episode 32 of Four Nerds. Taylor Murphy's going to be on from the Culture Nerd. I'll help you guys out.
Yeah, guys.
Next week on the Four Nerds, we have
You guys, when Taylor comes on, he's gonna have some secrets and some goodies for us. I mean, stuff is happening right around the corner,
Yeah.
and Taylor's got all the information that we all want to hear about. So it's gonna
Any
be a good
question
show.
you have, he's going to answer.
I mean, guys, I really cannot. Hopefully, but I can't wait to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. And real quick, let's watch this clip because I love hearing this audio from the movie that we heard during Deck the Hall.
I know. Just bring the camera.
Yeah, take us with you.
Perfectly fine. I mean,
Take us with you.
The guy on the left bottom left corner is so hot.
I know. Just bring the camera.
Yeah, take us with you.
Perfectly fine. I mean,
Take us with you.
if you want to do that, I mean, we'll just sit here quietly if you want. No. Oh my God!
Yeah, that was a little XL right there.
Wow!
Hey, did you hear that, guys? Exclusivo!
I thought that was really
You
cool.
notice that like Chris and Dave were like, yeah, and they didn't pan it back to Nickatina because he's like, oh.
Again,
Well, it's funny,
this
it's like-
is Ryan being a hater. He's got to find something to hate on.
Well, it's like it goes back to Dave, and also he's like,
there is. Yeah.
yeah. Dave's like rocking out. Chris is rocking out. He's like,
well, I love the look on Zach's face. And he's just like,
and Dave's like, I'm not putting that on my show.
he's like, he hearing this right now.
But, I mean, but you can see the image on his phone. I mean, that looked like Batman.
Batman. Yeah, it was
That was Batman.
Yeah.
Well, here I am.
And we're gonna see him in Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're gonna see the real Batman. So, real quick, let's go around the roundtable real quick. Dawson, what are you most looking forward to from Zack Snyder's Justice League? What character are you most looking forward to seeing in this version of Justice League?
Well, a couple of things. The first one, just seeing again the real version of Batman and not the something's definitely bleeding version.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing him have a scene of his own, maybe a cocoon scene, if they were able to put that back in, and be able to see him just kick some grass and destroy people, and then also, and then see like some dark side stuff. I just want to see hear Ray Porter's voice. I'm just really excited for that. It's gonna be absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
Brooke.
We're matching care of Brooke Sherfield.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Who just
But yeah,
walked the fire.
those are the main things I'm excited for is
you.
Batman and Darkseid and hearing Darkseid's voice. Because from what I'm hearing, it's pretty freaking dope.
Yeah.
So
Ryan, what about you?
Ray Fisher.
that's also a good one.
I
yeah.
want to see
Matt,
the
you're a
version
fan.
of Cyborg, and also Henry Cavill's Superman. I want to see his performance as Superman. That's something that they changed up, and it's not like I'm a fan of Justice. You're not going to hear that, and you're not going to hear the hippopotamus line, and
Yeah.
and yes, ma'am, and you're not going to hear that crap.
And the
So
buck
I
teeth
wanna
like,
know
yes,
what is
ma'am.
his performance in this? So yeah, those are the two performances that I'm really keen on. Of course, in Darkseid, I want to see Steppenwolf. Like, this is a different Steppenwolf. He's not gonna say you will love me.
You will
love me.
But like, if I can get any of the McFarlane toys for Zack Snyder's Justice League, it will be Darkseid's. Like, that'll be the one that I get.
I'll see what I can do.
Speaking of the toys, though, that one, can you imagine the detail in the Steppenwolf figure?
Oh, it's gonna be so badass.
Yeah. The artist is like,
Yeah, he is.
Look how bad even that still looks.
I know.
It's like a green screen behind him. There's a parademon just like on the wall, didn't know what to do. He's blowing.
There's two of them. There's two parademons.
Where? Where's the second one?
One on the bottom left.
Over his shoulder.
Yeah. And
It's
I don't
so-
know what the fuck
it's
he is
so
over the other
horrible.
shoulder, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's fucking horrible.
It's more of the deltoid, but
Deltoid. It's more of forget it.
Anthony got it.
Yeah.
Deltoid.
As for me, like you all said, Superman, I want to see like hit.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Got him.
Yeah.
You got it
good. You got it good.
You did not expect that at all.
He walked right into that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, guys, y'all really care about what I'm saying.
Anyways,
Keep it back,
continue.
There we go, Craig. No, ma'am. You're a chicken.
Why have we not cut up Yes Ma'am yet? That needs to be a clip. But anyway.
Do it. We're not about to do it. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I know,
But
right?
obviously the way like how he really comes back. You know what I mean? With the black suit, his attitude when he comes back. And obviously Darkseid, I want Steppenwolf's real performance, and Ray Fisher. I want to see Ray Fisher I already believe he's the heart of the movie, like Zach said, but I want to feel that as far as
and also Ray Porter, because we didn't hear anything from him. So
No, they completely cut him
everything
out of the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to hear just how thirsty Lois is.
How thirsty is Lois Lane? No, I agree. No, and for me,
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
person, she's like, Clark said you were the thirstiest girl, and Lois is like, yep.
big old slurp.
Yeah. Look at Dawson.
What the hell's wrong with you?
He's disgusted. He's disgusted right now.
He's like, uh-huh.
But I mean, out of all the characters that we're gonna see in this movie, the one I want to see the most is Ray Fisher. I want to see his performance. I want to see what he has to bring. I mean, based on what Zach is saying, it's going to be a memorable performance that he really puts it all out there. So I really want to see. That's really what I want to see is Ray Fisher, and of course everything else too. But that's the one I'm looking forward to the most is seeing Ray Fisher, and I hope we get a better. Just a better version of Batman, because when we got, man, even the Batmobile sucked. It had all these weapons on it, and it didn't last. I mean, they jumped on the Batmobile, they tore it apart really fast. It was like, okay, that was useless. So I just want to see a more. I think what it is too is that I want to see Batman be more thought out and be more strategic with everything that he does.
And speaking of true performances, I mean, Ezra Miller's Flash.
Yeah,
we never saw his true performance. He was mostly just reduced to comic relief, and I mean, even with the trailer we saw, he's obviously a little bit more serious and a little bit more involved, and he's probably not going to have the moment of like it's like a cave,
The
a bat cave.
Well, I want to see
that picture that Zach released. Yeah.
I mean, because I was just watching Justice League. because when we watched that, and you're gonna play the clip.
No, go ahead.
I was waiting. I was like, I have to play it every time. And I gave him enough time to do it for comic relief.
Yeah, you did.
He still screwed up. So anyway.
Why did you say that name?
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
I was because he doesn't have a poker.
Your face was too serious for you not to do it. You're just like,
he's like, just keep going, Ryan.
No.
So what were you saying?
When you watch the movie, like the Atlantean scene is like really short compared to the Themysterian scene. So it's like
it was too chopped up. They had to chop
it. It was chopped up. It was like the Atlanteans. That wasn't even a challenge. And then of course at the end, when he gets the last box from the ship, that's just in the background. Like that was a piece of cake. Like all these idiots are fighting over by the memorial. I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, whoops.
Whoopsie.
Cube.
Yeah.
I
thought you were watching it. How was you?
I thought you were a fucking cyborg. I thought you were all over this.
You're a freaking robot. You're not connected to the box.
I know, Batman. I thought you were smart. I got thrown into a car.
Yeah, I got my bleeding.
and Batman smiling is just like,
he's like,
Yeah. Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
That's what he was saying.
I wonder how painful it was for him to like actually say that line. Like being told this is the line you're gonna say, and he's like, "Are you serious?"
I'm
Like-
serious.
No,
That is a Tony Stark line.
I'm sure he was.
That's a
he was
Tony
inebriated.
Stark
He was
line.
no.
If Tony Stark says that in the Avengers, it's funny. But it. Oh, you want some more? Here it comes.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
He put it on his phone.
I was wondering what you're doing.
It was already on my
Like,
phone.
I'm
I was
gonna
looking
get
for
you,
it.
bitch.
I'm playing on it right now.
Nickatina's gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today.
No fucking mannequin arms, dude.
Mannequin arm. It's a classic.
Hey, guys.
I would have loved it if one of the mannequin arms like broke off and like it was obviously like flopping around.
Yeah,
And they
around
picked in the
like
film.
that.
They're like, oh, it's good. What are you doing?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Hey, just you, Anthony, is what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
There we go.
Hey,
My
let's
baby.
go. Oh crap.
Hey.
Hey, look, it's in many ways Dawson.
In many ways, it's Dawson.
As the Zebra for Ryan and
Andre.
Ina Andre.
Even Andre. What the fuck?
Well, it's Ina Andre.
Ina Andre. I love that clip so much, dude. So
It's
good.
so hilarious.
The fact
Oh,
that
I
like
love it.
the I'm walking like the way he's like spinning around is like the perfect
I
placement.
love when the guy's sliding like
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
That's hilarious. You see his feet sliding on the ground. I'm like, oh my god.
The worst
Yeah.
is
I didn't see it in the picture. I didn't see it in the movie. It wasn't until Dawson did the cut that I looked at the guy's feet and I was like, holy crap, he's sliding.
Like he got on some fucking wheelies or something.
And then he got in the
this is a horrible line.
The Soleil thing.
Yeah.
What's that? What is
Yeah.
brunch?
What is brunch? I mean, it's like you wait all day to have lunch, and it's just like, oh god.
If I were Batman, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
I already knew when we were doing the show last week. When he said that, he said, "Yo, somebody should put that clip with it." And I saw Dawson. I was like, "Oh, we'll have one by the end of the show."
I was like,
he immediately reached for his.
he's like, I got this.
So Craig asked, "Do you guys think ZSGO will drop at midnight?"
I hope not.
If so, you know it,
I
baby.
think-
Yeah. Hey, this is what I'm thinking, you guys.
I think
It better drop at 9 p.m. Eastern time so I can do a watch party and Andre's just at work.
No, you can't. You cannot do a watch party.
can't do that.
That's true. I can't do that. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good
No,
point.
but
I'm not.
okay.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
this is my idea that I was going to share with you guys. I'm going to share it with everybody as well. Why don't you? What we should do is we should do the four of us watch it together, but we pre-record it that way, and we'll put it out once the movie's been out and everything. That way, we don't spoil the movie for everybody else.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
However, the first time I watched it-
Here comes the criticism. Here comes the criticism. Go ahead.
No, I'm just. The first time I watched
however, I think that my son should be there instead of you.
the first time I watched it, I'm not doing it on a computer screen. No, I gotta watch it.
No,
I gotta watch it. As big as possible.
No.
If it's an IMAX, I'm going there.
Well, yeah, if you have the opportunity to. If you do not have the opportunity to, I think we should all just watch it in the comfort of our homes on HBO Max as big as we can. Come together afterwards, and then
I agree. And depending on the day, we could probably do maybe a pre-show or and then a post-show and all that. After we've all watched it and everything.
We'll reconvene in 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a fire idea
about it. And like with my TV, because I have the Fire TV, the 4K one.
It's fire.
I'm here to tell you
right now.
We don't care.
No, but the good thing about it.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
He actually did it to himself. I didn't think he would.
Hey, the good thing about it is that I can hook up these Beats headphones right to my TV, so like all the audio will come through here. So so I'm gonna watch it when it comes out at night because the kids will be sleeping.
That is how Bluetooth works.
And I'm gonna be blasting my headphones.
So what you're saying is Black Widow comes sometime after Iron Man 2. Just waiting all episode to play that.
Oh man!
There was another cookie.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, Ryan! Oh
Nobody
man!
makes me look like a fool but me.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Alistair! Oh my God! Wow! Hey, honestly, though, that's gonna be Dawson after he sees ZSJL at the butt cracker down.
Right when it.
Oh my God!
And Lindsay's gonna be like, "Shut the f up."
He's like, I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to bed. I'm trying to play piano while you're watching that. He's like, I love you, but could you please play piano some other time? She's like, no, I won't.
He took his thing off. He left.
It's so funny how evil you guys think my wife is.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
I love the big dog.
Is he like all surprised the stuffed dog?
I don't know.
That was his reaction.
You can literally find that meme on
when
YouTube.
Lindsay
With just
proposed to him.
What's
When Lindsay proposed to him, that was his reaction.
Oh my God!
Nope. I was the man. I proposed. So screw you.
Wait, what did I miss? What the fuck did I miss?
Ryan accused me of being the one that proposed to when my wife and I got
I
married.
said that was Dawson when he got proposed to by Lindsay. He was like, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Wow!"
This is why I freaking hate these guys.
Oh no!
Wait, you can't say we haven't seen her
Just look at
upset.
me. Freaking hate them.
He's all just look at me. He's gone. He's lost it.
And it's just like,
Yo, so check this shit out. Like, so they did like at Christmas. At Christmas time, they had.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Yo, that dog is big as fuck. That dog on the table.
It's hella big, dude.
Play it again.
Super big.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Even Joey's confused right now.
Joe, your guess is as good as mine.
Hey, Ill Life, bring up Ill Life's comment, man.
Oh my God!
That dude's wife is thinking about her side Juan at the moment.
Imagine if this was a vodka stream. It should be. No, they have a good show on the vodka stream. But this is not the vodka stream. This is the Four Nerds, and this is how we roll.
This is the Dr. Pepper stream.
Do it.
Stream.
Do it.
The Dr. Pepper stream? Yes.
No.
You gotta do it now. You gotta do it.
I don't think you guys realize how.
Who proposed to who? Yes, we did.
No.
Anthony's gonna fucking choke.
He just nods his head like.
Pour in his mouth. mouth. He's like, yeah. He ain't gonna be able to swallow that.
You got water, man.
It's gonna be all over his shirt.
He's trying to get. We gotta calm Ryan down. Ryan's going.
Brooke is gonna be like, "Don't you fuck up my shirt."
This is how This is how Anthony proposed. When he got proposed, this is how Anthony did it.
Photo. No. Hi.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god. It's too much. It's too much. I can't.
Anthony was like, okay. Okay. Brooke is like, oh no.
She's like, damn it, this is what I got. Not good. Not good.
Well, how the fuck did you propose? Cue the creep. How the hell did you propose, Nickatina? While you talking shit?
He was like, marry me.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here. See, nobody cares.
I didn't even say anything.
Creak it up. I don't know if I should.
Cue the creak. Oh,
I'm trying to move away from that because that one gets hit with copyright every time.
Yeah, I did.
Oh man.
So guys, real quick, later on tonight at 11:30 p.m. Pacific time, Dawson will be here as well, along with Brian, Master of None, Mad Bid, which is Ryan's son, along with Tyler from Pop Culture Corner. We're going to be doing the WandaVision watch party right here on the Nickatina Show. We're going to do a pre-show, which will be on YouTube and Twitch, and the watch party, which will be on Twitch as well. And then we're going to have a post-show right afterwards where we all kind of give our impressions on it while we're still awake.
And it's gonna go something like this, like, yeah, I thought the one shot was really,
Yeah. Now, guys, would you say that WandaVision happens pre Endgame? I was asking for y'all's takes.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
All right, wrap it up. Wrap it up. At this point.
So here's a clip that he put together with no music.
Yeah,
it has no music.
There is music. Hold on.
He worked so hard on it.
You know what? You sent me two of them.
Oh, we did. Okay, play the other one.
Yeah.
Let me see the other one.
Maybe the other one works and you just fucked it up.
Yeah, probably.
No, it doesn't work.
The other one doesn't work.
This is literally the clip that I've sent you. It's
Andre.
Did you? Okay, here we go. I'm going to re-download it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's see what it does.
Oh.
Joey said,
"That's weird." It's playing right now too.
Hey, yo, Joey just said Yondavision.
Yondavision.
Well, that's the name of Nickatina Show when he watches the watch.
Yeah, that's it. It's Yondavision.
Watch party is called Yondavision.
Let's see. Hold on. Not that one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, so yeah, guys, and don't forget next week we are going to have Taylor Murphy on the show. It'll be on Nerdy Many Ways on Thursday. Actually, it won't be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be at 9:30 p.m.
Ooh, yes.
Eastern time. We're going to start a little bit later. Yeah, so Taylor can make the show because he's a busy man. He's got a big job. And let's see, does this one work? No music. There we go. And stop playing any music. I don't know what's
something's wrong on your end.
But when I play it on the regular media player, it plays music. But when I put it on StreamYard, it won't play.
You know why?
Why?
Because you suck.
I don't know. You fucking know why.
I have no idea. Why would you ask me?
Hey, you know why?
You know why,
right?
What's that? That's what we resort to now. Just name calling.
Of course we do. We're adults. That's what we do.
It's what we do.
Hey, you don't say that.
Hey, don't say that.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh man.
You got a problem, Ryan?
Oh boy.
It was quiet. I had to say something.
Yeah, what is a pepcac error?
What?
Oh, I see what he's saying. Comic book Craig. He says a possible pepcac error problem exists between the chair and the keyboard.
That's pretty good. That's almost as good as the ID10T.
The ID who? ID.
The ID10T error that you normally get.
What's that?
Fucking idiot.
Identity error.
What is the ID10 error?
Type it out. Type it out, idiot.
No, I'm not gonna fall for that.
You don't have to fall for anything. Just type it underneath.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Like I said, next week, tune in on To Nerdy Many Ways for Nerds with Taylor Murphy. It's gonna be badass. It's gonna be at 9:30 p.m. Pacific or Eastern time. It's gonna be a lot of fun, you guys. So definitely stay tuned for that. And guys, we will see you guys next time. Peace out, Seacrest.